something.
No, there's this cool one I thought about buying that has like it's like a ball, like a bouncy ball, but has like a dick on it.
Wow.
You can
Okay.
kinda,
Oh, like
sit
a
on
yoga
it.
ball?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know that sounds like fun, right?
I'm
Fucking
just
on a
like,
yoga ball is definitely fun though. I've done that. Like yoga ball, like, cause it's like you're like it's like so bouncy and like
They do the work for you.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's like
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
That's definitely a fun thing.
I gotta try that then.
And it's like a lot. I mean, it's a lot of core work, but like
Keeping it together.
Let's work out.
yeah. But like I just like I just suggest having like like the other person be on the bottom so they do most of the balancing.
Okay.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
I need to have more.
So I'm
sex.
lazy.
Danette, you're not getting it in.
Clearly, I'm not having enough sex here. There's yoga balls and fisting and.
I'm like a sexual camel. Like
Pegging.
when I'm in a relationship, I have tons of sex, and then when I'm single, I have like no sex.
Yeah.
But then like when I'm in a relationship, I tire them out. It's just like it's just like, well, I don't know. It was 2 years before this one, so you know, you got to stock up.
Give it to me.
Yeah. I don't know. Did you guys have trouble the day it snowed? Like,
Oh.
That was
it was
Oh.
ridiculous.
It was horrible.
It was the worst thing in my life.
I live in Bushwick, and like no one even did anything about it. Like
Yeah.
I don't know if businesses like didn't even have their shovels or ice yet, but my girlfriend was flying back in from Mexico City that night, and I was like, I'm gonna order a pizza because when they get back in, there's like nothing else to eat. So I called like an hour and a half before they closed. I thought I was like playing it safe. They're like, no deliveries. And I was like, fuck. So I had to walk through like a frozen tundra to get this pizza. I almost slipped so many times on the way back.
Why didn't you just choose like Uber Eats or Seamless?
Nothing was happening. Nothing that was like decent. Like the only place that would have like delivered pizza was like fried chicken and pizza. I would have been like super sad.
Oh. I just got fried chicken.
Yeah.
But I'm black.
Yes, you are right.
Yeah. Right. Fried chicken just trumps
I
everything.
love fried chicken.
Oh, so good.
So like it took me 10 hours to get home from work.
Oh,
Yeah, 10 fucking hours. And like I was stuck on the same bus for 6 hours. It took me 3 hours to get a bus. There was no taxis, no Ubers, no Lyft, nothing. Just waiting for this fucking bus. Finally get on it. We're stuck in the most insane traffic I've ever seen in my life. Luckily, the bus was like stopped in front of this like laundromat that was 24 hours. So like everyone got off the bus, went to the bathroom, got back on the bus. But I feel like it was like prison rules on the bus because like everybody went back to their same exact seat. Like nobody was fucking around like sitting in someone else's seat. It was just like, and then I had this like old lady that was like eating stinky food sitting next to me. And it was like one of those things where I'm like, if I was in actual jail right now, I probably would have shanked her by now. Like, you know, it's just you start like getting like your prison reality is just like, you know, something like, yeah, like I can understand people like if I had a toothbrush, I would have started sharpening it. Yeah. Like it was just one of those situations.
I'm learning so much about you too.
Right? That's just because you don't eat on public transportation.
No,
just
you
like in
shouldn't do
general.
that.
That's true.
Like
Yeah, you're right.
you know the smell affects everybody. Like
yeah. And then she was like sucking it. Like
But you did say 6 hours, right? You guys were there
Yeah.
for 6 hours, so like, you know.
I was on there for 6 hours. I drank my fucking tea.
Did you
and-
have food on you? Did you have a sandwich?
No, I didn't have anything
But
on.
wait,
Right.
what was
Yeah.
she eating though, Marissa?
She was eating like oxtails, peas and
Oh
rice
my
and
God.
cabbage.
Who just has oxtails on them? First of all, like I just got oxtails,
so
just
that
ready to
she was
ready
eating
to
the
go.
oxtail with her hands, because like how are you gonna
Yeah.
fork and knife oxtail? on
No,
the
like
bus?
she had the fork,
That
but
was her
she was
lunch.
just like slurping
Wow.
it in. Like,
All right, you're right. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
shanking, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I gotta
That's-
look at you eat these oxtails.
And it's not fair. Everybody else is yeah.
Was this like
right,
a-
and I'm starving.
Yeah.
And oxtails are delicious.
Yeah.
but it's stinky as fuck.
Yeah, was it like a West Indian like curry situation?
Yes.
Yeah.
Love
yeah.
to eat
No,
it,
it
but
was
like
Right,
if you're
love
not-
to eat
if
it,
you're
but
not
like
eating it, it's gross.
to
Yeah.
smell.
Like,
right,
I love
like
tuna
But like
salad.
it was already like
right. Oh, that's another good
Yeah.
one.
Tuna salad, but if I smell someone else eating it, it's fucking
nasty.
repulsive.
Yeah.
nasty. And this is like we were on the bus for like 3 hours before she started eating it. So like this is like pungent, This isn't
it's
like
3-hour-old curry.
Stewing.
This isn't
Whoa.
like the shit is still hot and like no.
Wow.
This is like it already smells like old garbage.
Oh my god.
Like, and then there's no air because it's fucking snowing out. Nobody open no
Oh,
window.
so the windows are
Wow.
closed. Oh god.
Yeah.
And it's snowing.
When I
Yeah.
used to live in Jersey City, I would always ride the path back late at night, like after working in a restaurant or whatever. And there was a bunch of Indian dudes. Obviously, I live in Jersey City. There's a big population in the Journal Square area. Dudes used to eat hot plates all the time with just their hands.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No silverware, rice, beans, like just shoveling it into their mouths. And then there's just shit all over their hands. They're like sucking it off. It's just the worst.
Ew.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Horrifying, dude. Horrifying. At like
It's not
4 a.m.
good.
after a long day.
I just.
Yeah. It's not. It's not cute. It's not cute.
It's not cute.
It's
Ugh.
like, what are
I'm
these
only
people
laughing
doing with
because
their
I can
lives?
see that you're still traumatized by
Oh,
this.
it's
Like,
horrible.
It's still,
The
like,
path train. Fuck.
No, it's the Indians.
been
They
grown up
horrify me
on-
like every day. Like, because they always come into my job because it's Mexican. So, like, I don't know, Mexicans like Indian food, I guess.
Spice factor.
Because the spice factor
heat.
and like, but they're always like, I'm vegetarian. They'll tell me like 6 times.
because they know you like meat.
Right. I mean, but, it's not obvious. Hi, I'm Ronnie. I'm going to take care of you this evening. He definitely likes meat.
Put some tandoori in this chicken.
God, but then they're just the worst at a restaurant. They like, as your server, they like feel like you're their servant. They're just like, okay, every time I see you, I need to ask you for something. Something. You see, oh,
Maybe they just like want to know something too. I hate it.
no.
Does anyone else
Work in a
work
restaurant?
or have
No.
worked in restaurants?
I used to work at a restaurant.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't know.
like people are just disgusting.
You see how people really are.
You mean personality, like attitude wise?
Yeah, you really
Yeah.
see people's like real personality.
And
at,
like
like
the
a
worst thing
restaurant.
is when you could see someone having like a great interpersonal relationship with whoever they're with and being incredibly kind, and then you come over and like they're a piece of shit to you, like
Yeah, completely.
because they see you like different.
Yeah.
Especially, I think
They're
that
like, oh,
happens
you're
a
not
lot.
human.
Yeah,
Like, you're not a human. Oh, here comes this
Oh, wow.
non-human.
I said limes, you pile of garbage.
Right.
So we're adopting 2 kids.
Right? Oh God! See, but that's like
But
because you
sometimes
worked at
people are
really
great.
pretentious restaurants. Where I work now is all tourists. So like it's people just don't understand like American culture just in general.
Yeah.
Like motherfuckers will just walk in and sit down. Like, did you talk to anybody? Like, oh no, we have like a host. Like, what the fuck?
Right.
Where do you do that? Like,
Yeah.
in what country do you do that? You just walk into restaurants. I mean, I could see if it was like McDonald's or something, but it's not. It's a restaurant.
Yeah.
Right.
So, Danette, have you partaken in any Black Friday sales?
No, but I spoke to people that live by Black Friday sales, and I was impressed with their perspective. I was like, oh, I never thought about all the savings I can have by waiting online, and like it just the people that I spoke to made it sound like it was a good idea. But then I wanted to, but then I was like, I can't wait online and
I don't understand why you would do that in 2018, just in general. Like, we have
Well,
Cyber Monday.
because
Because
apparently
it's
stuff is
they're
like,
different.
like
They're different.
75% off. Like, so you get like name brand stuff for like $10.
So like
So it's like a what do you call that? Like a scavenger hunt. So people love Black Friday is like a scavenger hunt, which I never knew.
so it's
You know
like
what I
a
mean?
combination of both. So like
I think it's a fucking scam.
well, it can be. So, like, one of the things is that you should really, when shopping Black Friday, you should go by the price and not the discount, because a lot of times what they do is they will slightly raise the price of the item so that it looks like it's a bigger discount than it is. But, like, what you really should be looking for is how much is the end price of this thing. So if this thing was originally, if they're saying that the ticket price is like $149.99, but you're only paying like $60, that's a good deal. And Black Friday in brick and mortar can be cheaper than Cyber Monday online, because the difference between Cyber Monday and Black Friday is that stores, brick and mortar, have limited stock space, so they
Exactly.
need to sell out of everything, whereas Cyber Monday, if they don't sell out of something, it doesn't matter, because they have a warehouse full of space that like they can hold on to this till like whenever. And it also depends on the items that you're buying. Like, Black Friday is really good for electronics. Clothes, not so much. Like if you're looking for coats and boots and like that kind of stuff, winter wear, it's not good. But like electronics, it's great because the new models are going to come out towards the end of December. So they need to get rid of all of that year's models before the new models come in.
You really
We
broke it down
learned. I
right
love
there.
it.
But the whole thing is, I don't like crowds.
Mm-hmm.
A, and then
Yep.
B, it's
It's a
just
scene.
right. I'm not trying
You
to
see
fight
this,
somebody
like,
over
crazy-
a TV.
A
Did
grandma
you see
Getting
the
dress.
video of
shanked?
Victoria's Secret that they showed?
No.
Just like madness for a fucking hoodie and like this fiendish smile that is on the face of everyone in the crowd is like it's like the face of people that would be like watching like gladiators. Like it's horrifying.
So
And then waiting in line. I don't like to do lines. Okay.
So I not only did I Black Friday shop, I also Thanksgiving shopped.
Oh.
So like
With your flu?
well, I mean my fever broke on like Tuesday.
I ain't got this fever no more. I'm about to go wait in these lines.
But I didn't wait online. That's
Okay,
it.
good.
Okay, so now here's the thing, and this is where like you're talking about like kindness comes into play. If you are remotely nice to any person that works in a store, they're gonna send you to the shortest line or just check you out themselves because
Definitely.
everybody's a fucking asshole. That's number one is go get your shit. If you have a question, excuse me, I know you're really busy, sorry. Do you know where this is? Can you show me where that is? Oh, great. I'm ready. Where should I go check this out at? And they're like, come with me. And then they'll bring you to this little corner that has one register that nobody knows about. Like,
Preferred client area.
like it's
Yeah.
crazy. Like
yeah, it's always every store has one of those too.
Thanksgiving,
that.
Target.
I bought a television. I waited 2 minutes online.
Wow.
Like that, I went in, I found my TV. I asked the guy about the cord. He showed me the cord. I'm like, okay, I'm ready to check out. Where should I go? And he's just like, I'm like, you've been really great, thank you. And then he's just like, oh, you know something, come with me. And then he just literally is just like, you're next. I'm like, he's like, just so you don't have to deal with that. And then you look over to that, and that's that crazy line.
Yeah.
Just be nice to people, and like they will help you out. Like then I did my Black Friday shopping. I went to Target again. I did not wait online. Like I just literally went to like the photo center, and I was just like, hey, sorry, like this guy just opened up this case to give me this thing, and like I don't know where I'm supposed to pay for this. Can I come here? And he's just like, yeah, sure. Just checked me out.
Love it.
Like, yeah.
Life hack. What?
Like
Yes.
just Black Friday.
That does not
Thanksgiving.
happen for everybody, Marissa.
Wait,
just
well, what
Marissa
time did
Smith.
you go? What
No,
time did you go to
I'd be
Target?
surprised.
No, like just be nice. Like the more hectic it is, the nicer you should be. And just like, you
I
know,
agree.
like because like
Yeah.
they're so used to everyone being a total shit to them that like if you're just like, hey, I'm really sorry, and it's really nuts in here, right? Listen, can I just, where should I go to check this out? And they're just like, you know something, you're being nice, I'm gonna be nice, like, you know. But if you're just like, oh well, I wanted this and you guys don't, like if you start bitching at them, like they're
They don't
not,
wanna
their
hear it.
lines over there. Like
What time did you go to Target?
Target, I went there around 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay, so
Oh,
it's
okay.
like busy.
Yeah, that, I mean, that
That's
was
the-
like witching hour. Technically,
Witching hour.
technically, I suggest going to the store before 10 a.m. Like that's my suggestion, because like, but like I had a late start. But like I went. The only place I really waited online was Old Navy. But
Really?
like, yeah,
Old Navy had a line, Target didn't? Or you mean like to check out?
to
Or,
check
like,
out,
oh, okay.
yeah.
Well, they had dumbass deals, I remember.
Oh,
Yeah.
Old
I've
Navy
seen that
always has
commercial.
dumbass
They're like
deals.
just giving it away.
Right. Oh yeah.
Well,
$2.99.
The
people
Gap
dancing, like,
actually had a better
Fucking
deal than Old
$8
Navy.
jeans.
Well, my problem with the Old Navy sale really was that the 50% off the entire store only applied to full price items. It didn't apply to sale items, whereas the
Oh.
Gap, it also applied to sale items.
That's dope.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
So like you have a pair
I
of
love that.
Yeah.
Like 50% off
saving.
sale
Yeah.
items. It's just
Come
so.
get it, bitch.
Yo.
Yeah.
I worked at Banana Republic for a whole year just because of the discount. Like one day a week, just because I had a 50%
Oh,
discount.
dude, I have
Like.
resumes into Prada and Gucci. Just I worked there for a month. Buy
Right.
a backpack.
Yeah.
call it a day.
right. Exactly. Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
Get that discount.
Discount.
Yeah.
So nice having a plug. Do you guys have any good plugs in the city? Like a little discount plug? Someone you know that works at a store that like hooks you up?
No.
I used to have a Saks Connect, but
You guys need the
shit.
plugs. Get
No,
the
I need a plug.
plugs.
I got
I
the
know.
bartender plug.
You're a plug. Like, you're a plug.
Yeah.
You work at a restaurant.
Yeah.
Go
yeah.
find a plug at, what do you like?
Oh, okay.
Wait, where do you
Nike.
work?
I work at Vandal now on the Lower East Side.
What is that? Is that
It's like a
restaurant?
club restaurant. Yeah.
A
club
restaurant?
restaurant.
Okay.
Giant.
I'm trying to find my plugs
It's
right
like
now. Okay.
fake
Yeah.
asses and Saudi princes.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Lots of celebrities.
And
like,
Dykeman likes to come check us out too
Yeah.
on the weekends, which
Yeah.
is nice.
Cool.
Coming from like a tiny little fine dining restaurant, like the antithesis of it.
Yeah.
So
Well, we
yeah.
used to work at like a
we
restaurant
used to work together in Times Square.
Yeah.
That's where you guys met? No.
Yeah. That's where we met. We
Yeah.
worked
Oh,
at
that is so nice.
an Italian restaurant.
Yeah, the culinary vanguard. It's called Buca di Beppo.
Buca di Beppo. Buca di Beppo.
That
We
is
had
so
so
cool.
much fun.
It was fun. It was crazy.
So, Sean, what has been your experience with bed bugs?
Oh my god.
Oh.
So it's like, again, like it's super traumatic. I had bed bugs. I think it's been almost 10 years. I think it's been like 10 years since it happened. It was in Jersey since it happened. But yeah, they still fuck me up so bad. Like I cross the street when I see mattresses on the street,
Oh, wow.
and
shit.
I like roll spliffs like in bed at night. So
Yeah.
like sometimes there'll be like a tiny little speck of tobacco that'll like get on the bed,
And you're like, what the
and
fuck?
I'll see it and I'll fucking freak out. And my girlfriend had bed bugs like 5 years ago too. We're both survivors.
Wow.
I hate it.
Oh, it's horrible.
There's no power over it, dude. When
I've
had
never
it,
had them before, but like,
Knock on wood.
I
Knock
don't.
on wood.
Yeah.
I literally,
Like,
that's the one
I've
thing
heard that
I
it's, like, so-
don't wish on anyone.
Everyone always says that. Every person that I've spoken to that has bed bugs, they're like, I would never wish that on a
It's like
my
a
worst
horror
enemy.
movie. Like imagine a
Yeah.
horror movie when like there's this horrible character that's fucking up everyone and things are terrible, and then like you think you have this conclusion and like someone killed him, but then like the last shot is like him sticking his hand out of the ground. Because like you
my
always think you
God.
got them all. They fog your place. You got to
Ooh.
stay somewhere else. And like 2 weeks later, you see one, and like one means there's 1,000.
Like that's like such a fear of mine that I actually like keep like this sounds crazy, but like
Nothing's crazy.
I
No.
keep like all like bed bug like sprays and shit in my
Good.
apartment just in case, because then I'm just like I don't want to wait to have some shipped to my house if I find one.
Ooh, yeah.
So like I just keep it like it's just like I have like a closet full of like precautionary shit that I don't actually need,
That's
but
really
if I
smart.
ever needed it, then it's there and I don't have to wait for it to come.
That's awesome.
And so like I've got like, you know, like the stuff to wash the clothes with, the sprays, the little trap things that you put under. I like have all that shit. And like years ago, my ex-boyfriend, he called me. He's just like, my office has bed bugs. I don't know what to
See?
do. And
Ugh.
and so
The
then,
Office?
yeah, his office had bed
Oh
bugs.
shit!
And so then I'm like, you could have been bringing this back to your apartment. And like, it was one of those things where like, I had all this shit in my closet and I'm just like, oh, you know, you really should get bed bug shit. And I'm saying to myself, I've got all of this in my closet, but if I give it to him, then I'm not going to have it if I need it. And I'm
You
just
need
like, and I'm like,
They're terrorists.
It's okay.
Bed bugs are terrorists.
That's like an end of the world scenario. Like, no, I'm not giving you any of this shit.
No.
like, and then I was just like, well, I sleep over there. And then what if I'm like getting it from him and then bring it back to my place? So then I'm just like, okay, I've got stuff you can spray with, but like you gotta give it back whatever's left over, and like you gotta like put all your clothes in plastic, and like I did this whole thing. Luckily he never got it, but like I was just like worried like the whole time. I'm like, oh my god, this motherfucker's gonna give me bed bugs. Like
so wait,
like
did
my
you
biggest
share?
fear. Oh.
Did you share with him the products or no?
I did.
Okay.
I did.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right?
She
No,
came
she
through.
really.
I was on the edge of my seat. I'm like, did she or did she
She
not
Like
got-
share?
she
it
got-
was
no.
it was like
He
definitely
can go
like
get his own shit.
yeah, exactly. It's just like it's not my problem that you're not prepared. Like
It's true.
it's like you got to be prepared like a prepper for fucking bed bugs. Like that's like living in the city or a city adjacent. Like that is like
It's my greatest fear.
yeah.
Or do you have bed bug stuff like prepared?
No,
You should totally.
because
get
it's
on
no. For me, it's like I'll just leave my whole life behind.
that.
I will leave everything. I'll take like my favorite pair of shoes and my leather jacket and like move and everything. Because
You see that's the
it's a
crazy part though, is
saga.
that you walk around New York City and you literally see whole apartments in bags
Yeah.
because people have just thrown all their shit away.
Yeah.
The whole apartment.
It's a fucking
Kids'
epidemic.
toys, clothes.
Yeah.
You're just like, damn.
This woman posted a video of like a bus, and like inside the seat there were like hundreds. I've been having
my
issues
God.
with it.
Ugh.
Yeah, I think it was like in Philly or something.
Was it Philly?
I think so.
That totally plays.
Yeah.
Fucking Philly. Love Philly. What's up, man?
So we've got Alex
I'm
Bashira
late.
with us.
Yeah, I was waiting outside the front door for 15 minutes. No one was there.
Oh, shit.
So yeah, I
Isn't
was.
that the worst?
No, it's okay. I just felt awkward banging on the glass. It was weird.
Sorry, like we had to go in airplane mode
No,
and we
no,
can't
it's
like
my
check
fault.
messages or whatever.
Yeah, I was late to begin
But
with.
we had Caleb like come out and check on you like periodically. But that's how he.
Come out and check on him.
Like, it's like, is he here?
She's
No.
here.
Okay.
That's right. But you made it, so
I made
welcome.
it.
You're here.
Thank you.
We were just talking about bed bugs.
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
See?
right.
Why?
Well, have you
Yeah,
ever had bed
there's-
bugs?
No.
Good.
Okay.
No.
See, me
Yeah.
neither.
My roommates have had bed.
Oh,
bugs.
so you've had
Oh.
bed bugs?
Well-
Oh, you mean in their past apartments?
No. In college, there was a situation, but the house was big enough. I think. Maybe I had
Yeah.
them.
I mean,
if
yeah.
you lived
See?
in the house, you had bed bugs.
You think so?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
See, denial culture. It's real.
I feel like I would
Yeah.
know. I don't know.
You just might not have been bitten, but it's just, yeah.
Yeah.
I knew this actor that was on what was the show that Blake Lively was on the WB?
Oh.
I have no idea. I just watched like Seinfeld reruns.
It's like right on the tip of my tongue.
Gossip.
Gossip
Yes,
Girl.
Gossip Girl.
Gossip Girl.
So like
Boom.
I had this like I knew this guy that was like an actor and he was on Gossip Girls and he
Ooh.
got bed bugs and he got like chewed up from the floor up with these bed bugs and they were shooting this like the summer sequence of the show and he couldn't wear shorts or short sleeves and so like basically he got like fired from the show because like he couldn't wear
Do you see what I'm talking about?
yeah
How he
What?
ruins lives.
yeah
Yeah.
A bright shining star whose life was fucking ruined
Right.
because of bed bugs.
bed bugs
Because
yeah.
of bed bugs.
Yeah.
Right. You had a TV show on the WB. You got fired. Because
You're
you got
out.
bed
You're
Yeah.
bugs.
fucking out.
You're out.
idiot.
You have bed bugs. You're out.
Yeah,
Right.
because he had like a reoccurring, I think like over 5, and like it was and like talking and like you know what I mean, like and they liked him, so they were like on the cusp of like trying to develop him into like one of like not
Oh.
like a main character, but like a cursory, like
But still,
yeah, like,
right.
you know, but like this like. It was going to be like they were shooting for like 3 months, like summer sequences, and he could not wear shorts and wardrobe was just like, well, we can't even put makeup on this, and what do we? And, like,
God.
and he's like, well, can't you just put me in pants and like long sleeve t-shirt? Like you're on the beach,
Yeah.
like you know,
The yacht scene.
like
Right.
no,
So Yahtzee.
and so like they cut him. But like yeah, but like all of this is making me itch.
It's making
oh my
me
god.
Yeah.
me
Okay,
too.
right.
I'm
This
like,
is-
Yeah.
New subject.
New subject. Danette,
end
do you feel like women are a part of toxic masculinity?
I was recently, let me tell you a story. On Thursday or Wednesday, I was watching a basketball game, a college basketball game, Duke University and Granada or something.
Gonzaga.
Gonzaga.
Sports.
I was close enough. And so when Gonzaga won, the guys were like hugging each other and like just they were so emotional. I was like, oh, they need to get a room. And then my friend was like, see, those are the kind of comments that help promote toxic masculinity. Now they're gonna go and like drink a lot of beer and like be really masculine just so that they would have to counter them hugging each other and like kissing. Did I make any sense there? I felt like I need more coffee.
Yeah, wait.
No,
was like,
I mean
wait.
it made sense, but I think your friend was kind of being like a dick. Like
Why? Why do you think that? Because it was truthful. Like I was genuinely making fun of guys hugging and touching each other. I was like, oh, they need to get a room, and it's like, why can't they touch and hug each other?
yeah, but like at the same time, it's not like here's my thing. If like let's say they went off to war and they haven't seen each other in years and ran into each other in fucking Grand Central and they hugged each other, I'm not gonna be like, oh, they need to get a room. But like you're already watching something that's like latently homosexual to begin with, and you guys need to like rub it out. Like, yeah, get a fucking room.
Yeah. Well, I see, but that your comment. So now, anyway, so he.
I know I'm a comic,
He,
but like,
but he made me think about this. I'm like, oh, it's interesting how women also contribute to like how men behave. Because why can't a man cry? Why can't a man just hug up on his boy like all he wants and not want to suck his dick afterwards?
because if they're hugging up, they probably want to suck each other's dicks. But
But
like,
do
it's
they?
just
Do you want to suck? Like,
I don't like hug up with my friends.
Yeah, he
you know?
doesn't,
If someone's going through it, like I'll
Yeah.
give you
like,
Like,
your,
I'll give you
your
like
dad died, you lost your job, you broke up with your girlfriend, like you're like if
Yeah,
there's
get
an
a load of the shoulder.
emotional
I got ya.
like
That's the
you
only
know,
time we get to hug.
like if there's
That's
like an,
bullshit.
That's right.
I
That's
I think
definitely
it's,
hug
bullshit.
more
I think
than
it's
that.
sad that you don't hug your boys.
I
You
hug
can
like
hug
my
me
best
anytime you
friends, for
want to.
sure.
Yeah, I know, and I do.
Right. See,
like
well,
I
yeah.
think that if there's like an emotional
agree with her.
reason for it, then of course. But like I'm not one of these like, oh well, you're at a funeral, you shouldn't cry. But like your team lost, you guys need to fucking hug this out. Like
Huh?
like
but
fucking
where does that attitude come from? Because
Right.
I was with you like
because it's the
back on
pussification of
Wednesday.
men. That's why.
'Cause
It's just
what?
it's the pussification of men. That is my like it's like
Wow.
I'm
Well,
sorry.
okay. Well, okay.
I'm sorry.
mean,
It's
But-
like
but-
that's
right, because
then-
if you're
but
like
then-
cheerleaders and then like you lose like the championship and they're all crying and hugging each other, that wouldn't be a problem.
who fucks with cheerleaders?
But you see, but so that goes to say like we're judging them to not behave a certain way, which leads them to act in the opposite direction, which is like I'm gonna crush beer
Right.
cans across,
Right.
on my forehead and like fuck as many women as I can to prove that I'm not a pussy. And so that is how I think we women.
I think that's a very good point.
I
I'm
don't
not disagreeing with you, Merce. I do think that like there's parts of it in both. There's the what'd you call it? The
pussification.
yeah, sure, the pussification. I definitely
Pussification.
think that that's a thing, but I also think that if we're gonna go so hard on calling masculinity toxic, then if we're shaming men when they are showing the opposite of masculinity, then where are they supposed? How are they supposed to act? Then that's the question,
Well, I
right?
think- I
Am
think
I
it
am I
depends
getting
how-
your
Okay,
point,
no,
sort of?
that's a good.
Yeah.
Yeah, then what should they do?
I think it depends on like how you identify masculinity, because like I think 9 out of 10 people identify it as muscles, bravado, sports, things along those
Strength,
lines.
yeah.
But like I'd like to think that I identify masculinity, even though like I can totally see how it could be viewed as sexist, as like the manner in which like I act and like my honor and how I treat people and the responsibility I take on for my friends,
Right, but
my
they're
family
called-
and things like that.
And those are good things, but they're calling it toxic. That's the thing.
No, I don't think that. Like, I think that saying like bravado and sport, like being like a rapey jock is
Yeah.
toxic.
Yeah, that's
But I
definitely
think
toxic.
that like if you're gonna be like really traditional and say that the role of a man is to provide and protect for his family, I don't think that's toxic.
Right.
Like I wouldn't say that that's being a pussy, but I think that like some guy that spends like 7 hours doing his hair so that he can go to a bar to bang 17 chicks, I think that's being a pussy. Like
Well, I don't
just-
think. Yeah, but I don't think that was the example
yeah,
at
that's
all.
like vanity.
Yeah,
but
I
like
don't-
I think that it's and I understand that it's hard because it's I kind of go through it the other way where it's like I'm a woman, but like at the same time I feel like a lot of people think that like I'm kind of like I'm not a girly girl, like like I'm kind of like a lot of people assume that I'm gay or whatever.
Okay.
But it's like at the same time, it's like I'm a woman and I'm feminine, but I don't need to wear heels to be feminine or wear lipstick to be feminine. Like
Sure.
that. But I also don't need to have a child to be a woman, and I don't
course.
need to like go and like make dinner every night to be a woman. I don't think a guy has to watch sports to be a man. But I also
Yeah.
think that like I think that a guy should be able to change a tire.
Sure.
Sure.
I got
And,
it.
and if he wants to like make out with his homeboy afterwards, that's his right. You know?
Yeah, I
Like-
totally agree. I agree with that. I kiss my friends all the time.
Yeah.
But like
dude.
I read a study that actually like something it
Ron
was
knows
like
all
an
about it.
astronomical percentage. It was something like in this study, I think it was close to 6 or 7 out of 10 men cuddle with their male friends they both
What?
claim to be heterosexual.
Wow.
I don't.
This
I
was
haven't
this
cuddled.
was
6 out of
college.
10.
It was 6 or 7 out of 10, and they were college-age men. They considered themselves to be heterosexual. They also think that they can be heterosexual and have homosexual sexual encounters without being gay. And like, you know, they believe in bro jobs.
I mean,
and,
yo,
like,
Six out
right?
of 10 seems high.
I'm
I've
saying,
never done that, and I'm pretty open.
That's
this
over
American?
here. I do this all
Yeah.
the time. Like guys, there are a lot of guys, Latin guys, think that like if you get a blowjob, that does not make you gay. If you get a blowjob from a guy, that doesn't make you gay. Even like if I fuck a guy, that doesn't make me gay. What makes me gay is if I get fucked by a guy. Like lots of guys think that way. Like there's like a thing. Like I think that it's probably higher than that. Like maybe 7 or 8.
No, but I'm not talking about sexual stuff. I'm talking about cuddling.
no, like cuddling. Like they're
That's weirder
they're
to
like-
me than guys justifying it as like, I'm not gay. Like you know what I mean?
Like,
That's
Cuddling-
like
I
there's
think
an
it's a cultural
intimacy.
thing. It's a
There's an
cultural
intimacy in cuddling that is not from getting fucked or blowing somebody. There's like the
true.
cuddling
I
is
get
like an
it.
intimate kind of
I
thing.
just think 6
Kissing,
out of
too.
10 has got to be
Kissing
high.
too. Like
I agree. That sounds outrageous.
I think
was-
I'm a very open-minded
Right.
dude who's like pretty in touch with his emotions, and I have really good relationships with a bunch of dudes. I couldn't ever imagine like cuddling any of them.
Yeah, that's me too. I would have to say
I
I've
just couldn't.
never done anything considered
seems odd to me.
cuddling with a
God
straight.
bless if like you have that person
But like this
who you
was
cuddle, but maybe you should consider like
Marissa,
maybe you guys are into each other.
I wonder how the question was phrased in that survey, because if it was like you know how those questions could sort of be
so
misleading.
like essentially what they were trying to do is they were talking about specifically college age millennial men and how
see, the
they-
college age millennial. That right there is very specific.
That's Rodney's
because-
bread and butter.
It's so
that
true.
would be high
Right,
school.
exactly.
That's Rodney's McRib. It only
Yo,
comes
because the
around so often.
millennials are just completely open-minded about everything.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck.
They've kind of
like,
been exposed
They've
to
like
sexuality
completely
being
exposed to
fluid.
sexuality.
Right,
Anybody
right.
that's like in the millennial bracket, 25 and under, like they're all
Gender fluid.
yes.
Yeah.
Well,
they
they're
don't
not-
give a fuck.
I wouldn't say they're all gender fluid, but
But,
they've
like,
all been exposed to that.
They've all been
rhetoric.
exposed
Yeah,
to
yeah,
the
yeah.
point where like they just are open.
Yeah.
Like and so like the whole thing is that they were trying to see whether or not these like millennial college age men valued their relationships, their sexual relationships, or their same-sex friendships, and they all basically, let's say 90% of them agreed that they valued their male friendships more than their relationship, and then about let's say 6 or 7 out of 10 of them said that they had some sort of sexual interaction, and then that was like maybe like 6 out of 10 said that they had like even cuddled. Like we're talking Netflix and chill, watching TV, like
Wow.
cuddling, cradling each other, and like that's just
That's-
like.
Rodney's
that's
just
hot.
smiling
That's
from ear
hot.
to ear the
Yeah.
whole time.
I'm just
So-
picturing the
But
like
it's really
Yeah.
that's
sixth
intimate,
year PhD student who's pretty much pitching like a bros before hoes study
right?
to like the head of the department.
Yeah,
Right,
no,
right.
but like I've never cuddled with a
But
female
that's
friend.
but 30 somethings and we don't.
Yeah, but even in
like-
college, I never cuddled with a female
But see,
friend.
but that was no. We don't.
Kids
no.
are hurting,
Yeah,
man.
the kids are different now.
Got
These
Trump
kids
in
are
office.
different.
People just want to be
Yeah,
held.
people just want to exactly. I don't care if it has a dick
That's
or not.
why you get drunk
Like-
at a bar. Like shit. Like you can find someone to hold you in a bar.
Well, it's the whole thing, like you said, with pacification. Like people are like maybe overly in touch with like their feelings, or being
feelings.
correct, or And it also
No.
circles back to talking about Black Friday. Like if everyone just like said hi and was nice to people, like
That's true.
how much of this would
More
really
people
be an
would
issue?
right.
They
More
wouldn't
people
have
would
to buy
cuddle.
stuff.
Sure.
Yeah.
more people might cuddle less because people might feel a lot less insecure and a lot happier and not need that like.
I don't
That
like to
human
cuddle.
contact.
Do you like to cuddle? Like I just don't.
Oh
I'm,
yeah, I love to cuddle.
No.
I'm a big cuddler.
Fuck
Oh,
that. I just like to be over on my side of the bed. You can be on your side of the bed. I like
Well,
to
there's
have the person
sleeping,
next
and then there's
to
like
you.
cuddling. Okay, the last person you were in love with, maybe you were sleeping separately in the bed. You wake up in the morning. Both of you have nothing to do. Are you not going to, like, cuddle for, like, 20 minutes before you get out of bed? Maybe rub, like, the bottom of their feet with the top of your feet.
Okay. For like
You're in love.
for like okay.
20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Thank you.
And then
Get the fuck off me.
and get the fuck off me. Now
And
I'm
then
high.
let's have a day. Yeah,
Right,
let's go
yeah.
get some eggs.
I had an ex that we used to fall asleep together, like holding each other's hands, and wake up holding each other's hands.
It's kind of
Like-
adorable.
Oh,
It was
that
like
is
just
very
like
adorable.
yeah, like you know, like
He's
we
waiting outside.
Your immune system must have been really good, like during that relationship. Because they say
Yeah.
when you hold hands, it's like good for your immunity.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Like how
Huh.
many, like you have a girlfriend. How often do you get sick?
It's true. I really don't. Well, you know what? I kind of feel like I'm a little sick every day, but I haven't been very sick. I haven't been like very sick. I haven't had like a big fever in like a long time. Yeah, I mean that makes sense, I guess.
yeah, you guys are like swapping germs.
Yeah, it's like a
Holy
petri
shit.
dish.
Yeah. But like no, I
Would
mean
you use your significant other's toothbrush?
No.
That's
Would
a
I?
no.
no.
Yeah, I have
Oh.
once.
What?
I have once.
Really?
Wash the hell out of it. But yeah, dude, fuck it.
That's how diseases are spread.
Yeah, but like you're talking about the
black.
same relationship
You're
where
kissing-
like
Right.
you've had your
No.
tongue in someone's
It's
asshole,
asshole.
If
and
you're-
you're
if
not
you-
sure if you'd use their
Your
toothbrush.
If your
But
gums
does their
are ble-
asshole have gingivitis?
No, but their
gingivitis-
toothbrush
But
has
it's an
toothpaste on
asshole,
it.
right?
If-
It has
if-
shit in it.
If someone's gums are bleeding and you're brushing your teeth with that person's toothbrush, you can like get sick from that.
Yeah, but anyone's
But you also eating your
anyone's
vagina.
toothbrush who
That's
I'm
true.
using is
Right.
I'm having unprotected sex with.
that has a
But there's
period all the time.
pleasure in having sex and then getting the disease versus like you having a disease from brushing your teeth.
Yeah, but you got clean teeth,
I don't know.
and you had the sex anyways.
Right, you're
I
right.
think gingivitis is probably what grosses me out. The idea of
Yeah,
gingivitis.
like you got this person's plaque on their like nah.
No, I mean it was
dude.
back against the wall. It's not like a habit. Did it once.
Oh,
Not
right.
proud of it.
Okay.
I just say like you know something. Go splish around with some Listerine. Leave my toothbrush
Yeah.
alone.
No, yeah. There was
Like-
no mouthwash.
My
out
whole
there.
thing is, where are you at where you just can't get another toothbrush? Is
It's
like
true.
you just woke
You
up
can't
and
go
like,
to the bodega.
Yeah, I was like,
there's
on
the
the way out.
bodegas have a toothbrush. Like,
Always.
like
and then who doesn't have an extra toothbrush in their house?
How often do you think bodegas order toothbrushes?
Yeah.
I feel like every toothbrush at a bodega is like 15 years old, and it's awesome.
right. Yeah.
And like the scissors.
There's
and the
lots of
sewing
things
kits.
at bodegas
like
that
the
are, like,
item- like
15
the
years
B-sides.
old, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The stuff
like the
behind
bongs
the counter.
that are just like behind the counter.
Yeah. Everything behind
Yeah.
is really interesting.
Oh yeah.
Everything in the storefront is like turnover, chips,
You
beer,
should take a picture
Snapple,
of it and like look at like all the shit that's like behind the counter
there's
at the
great
bodega.
stuff.
Have you ever thought about like
Like,
all that shit?
weird adapters
That's, like, behind
that
the-
are
Yeah.
so dated.
No, the Rhino X pills, the ginseng pills that keep your dick hard for like 7 days.
7
those
days.
actually
Get
work?
into it.
Have
yeah.
you tried it?
Oh hell yeah.
Really?
I've seen those.
Mhm. Yo, this the real deal.
That's
Like, how do
fun.
you
Like a
walk around for like
machine.
7 days with just
Okay,
a
so
hard
it's
dick?
not like a completely hard dick for like 7 days.
But like
okay?
a good hang.
But it's like a good hang, right? Like when you're like
You're trying to make an
15
impression.
and like all of a sudden like
on some
you just get,
joggers.
you know, kind of hard for no reason. Like it's like, you know,
That's nice.
yeah.
Rhino X.
Rhino X 360, get into it. Like a 5,000, Rhino X 5,000. Your dick will be hard for like a year and a half.
Oh my god.
It won't go down.
I've never tried a dick pill.
Yeah. Alex?
Nope.
Alex, you tried it?
Nope. Nope.
Have you only tried like because that's probably considered like a herbal remedy? But have
Right.
you ever
Yeah,
tried
so
like Viagra or something?
I've definitely
like
had
that?
Viagra, yeah.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, your dick just stays hard. Like,
Bigger than
Vi-
normal or regs?
Viagra, your dick actually stays hard for an amount of hours. Like, right then,
Wow.
like, you're hard for like 4 hours.
No.
Is that scary?
Yes,
you?
and
Isn't
it
that
kinda-
supposed to be like a really bad side effect of it?
I mean, well, no, because you're not going to be, okay, you're like
I thought
hard
like
for like,
8 hours was a bad side.
yeah, 8 hours. Like,
Four, no,
like,
4 is the thing on the commercial. 4
Oh,
hours,
really?
yes.
This is 4
You don't want
more.
a fucking boner for 4 hours?
Well,
That
no,
would
because
be
you
extremely
have a
painful.
boner for like an hour, and then you bust a nut, and then
Yeah.
once you bust a nut, it goes down, but then it comes back
It's
up.
the ability to
quick-
get
the
hard
quicker to
again.
get
yeah,
hard.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. That's my friends
Within,
that
like-
have taken it have told me
Yeah, it's
that,
like
yeah.
all of a sudden, like, oh shit.
And it's also like you don't just take it and become hard. You take it, and then whenever you get horny, it's just like really easy.
It's
to
easy,
get hard.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
To get hard.
Wow.
Yeah.
And we can't get rid of bed bugs.
Right.
That's like crazy.
Right.
This isn't even going to
We've
give you a
got more
boner off the
important
bat.
things.
It's like this pill will know when you're getting ready to have sex, and then you have a 3-hour boner.
You're like amazing with the
impressive.
callbacks.
Yeah. Yeah. It's actually. It's
I didn't
quite
smoke
nice.
much weed today, but we'll get there.
But they don't have that for like women though, right? Do they have something
I
that's
mean,
like an
it's not-
equivalent?
think they
I've heard
have
of
it.
stuff.
Yeah, they
It's-
have
it's out
things.
there.
You're like just getting into a world now where like women's pleasure is being appreciated. So like they'll get there, but you know,
But it's
Or
not.
or
Yeah,
even
like
acknowledged.
I think that there's like pills that are for like lubrication, and then like, but I don't think that there's anything that's like to give you like an orgasm per se.
Oh.
Like I
Like
think it's more like
The warming
Like,
lubrication.
we're
Have you
still
ever used
looking
that?
for
No, like there's
That's-
like
I don't like that.
Oh my god, it's
No.
fucking horrible.
I know what you mean. It's more to stimulate like your own like
yeah,
your
because
own
it's like
shit, yeah.
a lot of women's sexual problems have to do with dryness. So like there's like pills for that, but like you know, I also feel like
Get
there's-
it wet.
slip and slide. Yeah, but I like so like that's another thing is they say that smoking weed dries women out.
really.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that like women that smoke a lot of weed experience dryness.
I think
Or
women.
drugs.
Cotton pussy.
I think women with the wrong partners experience dry
Yeah,
vagina.
What was that?
Women with the wrong partners
Probably.
will cause
I
dry.
totally think that that's true. I think like there's, I mean, for men and women, I think it's a lot of mental things
Yeah.
that go into play
Yeah.
with that.
Sure. There's definitely people with
Women
conditions,
more
though.
than men. I feel like.
Well,
'cause I
sure,
feel
because
like
men are savage. Like, you know,
Yeah.
they're gross.
fucking yeah,
You know, they're absolutely gross.
yeah. Sorry.
You know,
Oh my god,
It's-
glad you acknowledged
Right.
that.
It's true. I'll fuck like anything, like at any time, like
Damn,
sometimes, like you know.
Rodney.
That's
If
why
I'm
a
horny,
gay man is like the
like-
ultimate sexual machine.
Yeah,
yeah.
because I don't know. You
I
wake up
know.
with these urges. It's like, man, I need to fuck like
And you're
now.
like, there's nothing stopping me.
I fucking love Rod.
Could you get what's the place you order seamless from the most?
um,
Anything.
I don't
Like pizza.
Yeah, like chicken.
45
probably.
minutes, chicken?
It's definitely chicken.
Could you get a guy to your
Popeyes.
house quicker to fuck, or
Ooh.
could you get your delivery quicker to fuck on Grinder?
Ooh, it really depends. It depends on a. It depends on a lot. It
Can I
depends on
talk
the
about-
It's a lot. It depends.
Do you remember the blizzard a couple years ago
Uh,
when we were at the same place?
Uh-huh.
There's a blizzard. What year do we have? Is that like 2016?
Yes.
It was
And I
like
took
2
the
or
guy's
3 feet.
virginity.
He took a dude's. Has he ever been with a woman? I don't remember.
Oh no.
No, he had never been with a woman
He was
or a
very
man. He was
bashful. It was
very
adorable.
bashful. I ran into him, and he's a transsexual now.
Amazing. And footnote on the story, that was one of 3 different men Rodney had over in about 14 hours.
Whoa, shit.
He's an icon.
And he had the smallest dick I've ever seen in my entire
jeez.
life.
Well, transvestite.
yeah,
He's
that's
gonna
why.
save so much money
Like,
on tape.
Exactly. Like, it was literally this big hard.
Ooh.
Yeah. I gave him the best blowjob, though, because you came over in my house in a blizzard. You deserve a blowjob.
With your nose. It was that small.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
That was the best day. You're amazing.
Thank you. I love you.
You're welcome.
Have you ever like run into like a penis that was just like so small you're just like nah?
That one was probably
The
the
closest?
closest. I mean, I've definitely ran into some dicks. I was just like, whoa, that is too huge. I'm not gonna do anything with that. Like, I can play around with it, but like, that's
Not going anywhere.
I'm going to
Going
take some
anywhere
tasteful black
near
and white
my
photos.
butt.
but
Right?
I can't have that in my ass.
nowhere near my butt. Sorry.
No, I've definitely like I've experienced like guys that are like so big that I'm just like no, this is not that I'm not a shish kebab. Like no, thank you. Like
Yeah.
I feel like you can't like casually fuck a guy with like a big dick. Like you have to like marry him. Like
It's like
you-
training for a marathon.
Yeah, like because like it's like the probability of you running into another dick that size is so minuscule that like why are you ruining your body for like just like some sort of like freak happenstance.
Well, that goes back to fisting. I feel like your asshole doesn't come back from that.
Yeah,
Like,
bounce back.
There's no bounce back on a fist, or like a 14-inch dick either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Do you're just gonna have to or like if I do this, we're locking this shit up.
Right? No, like no, I don't go above 10.
Yeah. $5 foot long.
Right? No.
We probably should take a break. And I guess we'll be right back. This is Big Talk and Brewskis.
Cool.
Yay.
Oh, thank you guys.
Hey.
Hey,
We're back.
are we back? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, big talking Brewskis. Marissa Smith is who you see. Water cooler combo in here. Crack a cold one, we're on the air. Big talking Brewskis. Marissa Smith is who you see. Water cooler combo in here. Crack a cold one, we're on the air. Kicking back, having a few beers, we're chatting. Pull up your chair, we're all relaxing. Any subject, we never dismiss. Big talking Brewskis with Marissa Smith. Comedy, sex, relationships, more. Any subject, we got it in store. Big talking Brewskis is coming in live. Crack one open, Marissa has arrived. Big talking Brewskis with Marissa Smith. Yeah.
Happy Sunday, you guys. I am Rodney Daniels. I've got Marissa Smith here.
Hey guys.
Big Talking Brewski segment 2. We've got Sean Struss in the building.
Hey, everybody.
Danette Rodriguez.
Hello.
And Alex Pichera.
Hey guys.
Alex, what's been going on with you? What's new?
Oh, nothing. Well, actually a lot. I always say nothing.
Fill us in.
Well, I started my own podcast actually. It's called Kill You Last.
Congratulations.
Me
Congrats.
and
Cheers.
my co-host Peter Garaci, we talk about 80s nostalgia films, and
Oh,
we
cool.
the guest picks a movie that they really love, and then I haven't seen any of the movies because I'm part of a different generation. Peter, my co-host, is 39. I'm 26, so I usually watch the movies for the first time the night before.
Oh, that's
Okay.
Oh, wow.
And then so I get my perspective, and Peter's like an IMDb for these things. So it's like
Okay.
it's cool. It's been going well, and
I would love to be a guest.
I would love to have
Right.
all
Yeah,
of
me
the people
too.
sitting at this table.
Yes.
Yeah, we just
Yeah.
started.
I already have a movie,
Oh, really? What's your movie?
The Color Purple.
Perfect.
Wow.
Perfect.
Not what comes to mind with an 80s movie.
No, not at all.
Yes,
but
I'm
that's
thinking
fine.
like
But,
16
like-
Candles, but like
Right,
you're
but
talking
that's
about
like,
heavy shit. Really
That's
good.
a legend. Like,
Yeah,
oh my god,
definitely.
oh my god.
I'd say
Oh.
Buckaroo Banzai.
Ooh.
I've never even heard of that.
Yeah.
Uh,
Which
Buckaroo.
is perfect
Yeah.
because that's usually what I hadn't even seen Die Hard, the original
Are
one.
you
We did
serious?
Are
Die
you
Hard.
serious?
Yeah, we did Die Hard with
Oh.
Alon Altman. He's
All right,
like
I have a question.
Sure.
Have you seen Blade Runner, the original?
yes.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
Only
Oh,
because I was made to for the podcast.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's like
So,
I
yeah,
feel like that
I
is
am
the
in for
line.
a-
It's like if somebody has never seen like Blade Runner, I'm just
Yeah.
like, whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot. I mean, I upset people all the time with the movies I haven't seen.
You've
There's
seen The Color
back.
Purple,
no.
right?
This is like a sin for a white person. I haven't ever seen a single scene of Back to the Future. I have no idea what
What?
that is.
What?
Yeah.
Are
I mean,
you serious?
I know,
That's
like,
not
the-
a sin for a white person. That's a sin for a person.
Okay, I thought
Right.
I thought it was just white people, but okay, the whole world.
No,
They
everybody's
really
Yeah.
did
Back to the
not
Future.
represent black people whatsoever in that movie, though.
Yeah,
No,
it's
they
pretty
didn't.
white
It's,
movie.
it's
Well, it
literally
was
the
the
band.
80s.
It's literally the band that's
Yeah.
smoking
It was
weed.
the
That's it.
80s. Like,
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I
what
guess.
movies were like?
Well,
you
yeah,
know, it was
Eddie
like literally
Murphy and
like,
shit,
well,
right?
yeah, Eddie Murphy. Oh,
Beverly Hills Cop?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beverly Hills Cop,
That,
right?
that I've
So
seen.
good.
That I've seen. Yeah. So yeah, we've been doing that,
Oh.
and
Wait,
you
Come
know,
Into America, is that the 80s or the 90s? I literally was just
90s.
watching this.
It
The
might be
90s.
early
90s?
90s.
Yeah.
I
think
watched
it's
that
the
on
90s.
Thanksgiving. I was like, oh,
Aw,
this is a throwback movie. Great.
good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. See,
You
it's
see like
super
scenes
easy.
like New
Really
York.
good. Yeah, yeah.
But like
What
Lethal
about-
See, we
Weapons,
got it.
I think is the 80s.
Lethal
the
Weapons.
first Lethal
Weapons.
Yeah.
That is the
Yeah,
80s,
That's
yep.
the 80s, yeah.
Yep.
What about Karate Kid?
Oh,
Yep.
I love it.
That
Oh,
was-
wow.
That's Peter.
yeah.
That's my
Love it.
co-host's
Yeah.
favorite movie.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's
Really?
right. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
wow.
right in line with it. Yep.
Good movie.
It's great. So that's what I've been doing. That I've been doing some shows, doing some shows in the city, and I'm actually transitioning between jobs in my full time job.
Okay.
I have a new job that I'm starting, so that's interesting
Nice.
too. I
Oh,
guess.
cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you looking forward to it?
Not really, no.
Ah.
No, it's good because like it's more money, which is great.
Right.
It's like it's moving up, whatever. But it feels like since I really want my career to be in comedy, entertainment, podcasting. So progressing in that career is good for my sanity and my rent. But
Right.
I'd really like to be progressing in and I am, but it's just like I hate that. I have
Don't
to
worry,
rely
there'll
on the
come a
job.
day we would have quit that motherfucker.
Yeah, I really can't wait. Honestly, I can't fucking wait.
What do you do?
It's advertising for companies. Like I do search out. It's the worst thing to talk about ever. So. It's super boring shit.
I feel like people talk about their day jobs like how like Nazis would describe. What
Yeah,
their day was
yeah.
like. Just like it's the worst.
It is
You
the
know,
worst.
Gotta,
Yes.
gotta get.
Danette, what's your day
spoil
job?
for the kids.
I don't know if I can say.
Oh, I'm
Oh.
so
Oh.
excited. You're either gonna say you work for the government or it's like really awesome. Something
Right,
really, that I'm
right.
really gonna be
The
entertained by.
latter.
Okay.
Okay. Oh my God.
Oh.
She's a
Edge,
hitman.
edge of my seat. I'm glad I wore cheap socks.
I mean,
I'm not gonna-
you don't have to.
It's okay.
You don't have to
say
say it.
it.
Don't
but,
say it.
like,
You're
if
good,
you
you're good.
don't
Just let us
wanna, like,
speculate.
Just like, if you want to just like give a position without giving a
It's in
if-
advertising as well. It's
Oh,
ad
okay.
sales, ad sales. So
There you
Okay.
go.
Oh, that seems mundane enough.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's really glossy. It's a glossy atmosphere.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sounds like
That's
fashion.
I love that
I love
word.
fashion.
Glossy.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Okay. Mm.
So mysterious.
I'm a planner and an analyst. I analyze sales and that kind of stuff. That's why I know my Black Friday, bitches.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh.
That was educational. Thank
Yes.
Yeah, I literally plan like Black Friday for like a year. So,
Oh, that's
like,
awesome.
You must
But-
love it then.
no, like
No, I know.
like I mean I like it, but like it's so nerve wracking because it's like it's something like this fourth quarter is basically like my entire job.
Q4.
Q4 is like
Big Q.
Yeah,
Rodney
it's like,
likes to use business terms.
I just
Well, because we work with restaurants, but it's the same thing. Like
Yeah.
we have Q4. Just like,
Yeah.
you guys ready? Like, it's going down. Motherfuckers are coming in here.
yeah.
Lots of them.
Is that your
Hopefully.
busiest season? Quarter? I mean,
The Q for restaurants, yeah,
like the season.
I think
like,
that's
Yeah,
a general rule
seasonal.
for New York City,
yeah.
Okay.
especially if you rely on any kind of like good clientele.
Plus, I work in Times Square, so it's like,
Oh, God.
Holidays.
yeah, all the way up until like New Year's, it just gets busier and busier and busier. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I want to go to your
10
restaurant
tops,
and
12
have you
tops.
serve me.
Yeah, yeah. I'll bring you in. We have a DJ on the weekends. It's fun.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, no. So I basically like plan the stuff that goes on for like Q4, and so like I'm just planning all year, and then all of a sudden it's just like you have Black Friday, and then it's just like, is any of this working? Please sell shit, please. Like,
I know. Every time I see you, you're just like, these motherfuckers just gave me more shit to do. Like,
yeah, it's weird. Like, so I had the flu and I was out of the office for a few days, and then I came back on Wednesday, and then they're just like, "Oh, we're changing Black Friday." Like, what? like,
The date?
yeah, no, like the
It's on
promotion.
Wednesday now.
Wednesday.
it's a Wednesday now.
No, but it was like
We're
they
pushing it
changed
back.
the promotion. So like I had all
Oh,
this shit
shit.
set, like, and then all of a sudden like, oh, we're changing it now, and I'm like, it's Wednesday. Like,
Yeah.
Good Lord.
yeah.
Yeah. See, at least that's the one thing I do like about a restaurant is like I could be off for like 4 days and come back, and
Usually it's the same.
usually it's the same. Somebody might have got fired for drinking.
Someone got fired for drinking, and like the chicken nuggets are chicken tenders now.
Yeah. Right. Oh, but mine's like fancy. Like you have to like do like sellbacks like in front of everybody. We have like these like there's like a pre-shift meeting, and they'll bring down a plate, and you're like, Rodney, describe this.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
of course.
You gotta stand up and be like, oh yeah, this is pasture-marined chicken with mole sauce.
Wait, in
Oh,
front
wow.
of your team?
In front of the whole team, yeah.
Oh my God, kill me.
That's Yeah.
nothing.
Fucking,
Dude, wait.
that's the worst thing ever. Don't you hate like a team building exercise?
Yeah.
It's the
Yeah.
least favorite thing. It's always the lamest thing
Yeah.
imaginable. People get so excited. I
right,
fucking
so-
hate those people, man.
No.
They're everywhere, man.
So, Sean, what's your favorite neighborhood?
In Manhattan,
Sure.
I've kind of been feeling the Chinatown lately.
Really?
Because I always loved Lower East Side. It's like always been my favorite. But like Thursday, Friday, Saturday night, it is like Murray Hill down there, and I like hate it.
Yeah.
So I kind of like Chinatown. I feel like it's kind of lost in time. I feel like it's one of the few neighborhoods that hasn't really. I still get that vibe when I'm there. And there's some new stuff down there that's like really dope. A lot of great restaurants, a lot of great bars, and you always have like the dope Woe Hops and Peking duck house and all that stuff that just hasn't changed.
Yes, for like
Right?
forever.
Yeah.
I
And it's like,
I got like a Groupon for like an 8-meal course like in Chinatown, and like
8-course meal.
Yeah, 8-course meal.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Sorry,
My brain
this is
just
my
flipped
first.
upside down.
Yeah,
I was like,
I,
Whoa, 8 meals.
In
like
one
an 8-course
course?
meal.
It's
Yeah,
like a movie.
This is my first time drinking in 2 weeks, guys.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, I had the
Yeah,
flu.
because she had the flu.
Oh, damn.
So like, I had an 8-course meal.
Everybody's
And
reaction
it
is the
was
same
like,
about
whoa.
that. Like, fuck, 2 weeks, damn.
That's
No
a
drinking?
long ass.
I know,
flu.
and it's like I haven't even like if you guys have been on the show with me before. Like this is still my first beer. Like
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
I
upsetting.
literally just finished my second.
Yeah.
Feel good.
Oh, good. You need a third one? Sure. Yeah. 'cause
so like we
got a
went
12-pack.
and like the restaurant was like in an office building in Chinatown, and like you go into like this like regular looking like office building. The elevator opens up. It looks like an abandoned floor, and then there's just like arrows pointing down hallways, and you get there, and like the back of this like abandoned like office floor is like they made a restaurant. And so like it's just like
It's insane.
it was like
What?
we're like, are we gonna get killed in here? Like it was just
Maybe.
definitely one of those like weird kind of like this definitely looks like an office, like because they still had like the reception area,
Amazing.
but like no receptionist there, just an arrow pointing down a hallway.
So good.
And like you're walking and we're like, this looks like an office. And then all of a sudden you like there's like a red velvet curtain, and like you walk through it, and then there was just tables, like random tables, and then like you look and they're just like folding tables underneath like white like tablecloths.
Yeah.
And like just like folding chairs that had just kind of like really decorated like seat cloths.
Slip thing.
Yeah, but like you're just like, this is like none of this shit is like legit.
This isn't real.
None of this is real, and they can close down at any moment. And like, but the food was
was it?
amazing.
Oh.
It was
Wow.
amazing,
Yes.
and we had I think we had like the main course was a Peking duck, but then it was like all these little like appetizers, and like it was amazing food. But it was like a pop up in like
That's awesome.
yeah. But like I love Chinatown for that kind of stuff.
It's just still shady. Like,
Yeah.
What other neighborhood in New York is like shady still a little bit?
Yeah.
There's a
Like,
few.
you know, in
There's
Manhattan.
a lot. In Manhattan, I was gonna say,
Little
because I was
Italy.
gonna say
Yeah.
my
Little
favorite
Italy?
neighborhood right now is Flatbush. Like I just moved there like
Oh,
in
yeah.
June, and I'm just like,
Flatbush keep
this
on your
is like,
toes.
yeah, it's crazy. The park is like gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
There's a zoo. There's like a Jamaican jerk chicken spot that's open 24 hours.
Oh, that's
24
clutch.
hours. Yes. Like, and at 4 o'clock in the morning, all they have is chicken.
What stop are you?
No sides, nothing, just,
Just
chicken.
chicken.
Just chicken.
Just take your chicken and leave.
Just get your chicken.
Rice guys down the
Right.
street.
Exactly.
Fuck out.
And there's a 24-hour rice guy. You want some halal?
That's
Oh,
community.
wow.
Yo,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
so great. So great.
That's awesome.
Yes, and there's Jamaican dick everywhere.
Good for you.
Yes.
It's in Jamaica. if I'm not
Jamaican and
mistaken,
Haitian, right?
homosexuality is like very
All
very
on the low.
tough in,
Oh, it's
in
on the
Jamaica.
low.
Yeah.
It's illegal in Jamaica,
It's
yeah.
illegal. They will kill your ass in
Yeah.
Jamaica.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
But they still be coming over.
Welcome them to America, brother.
Hello.
Welcome.
Yeah, isn't your husband Jamaican?
Yes. Yes.
Hey.
Yeah.
I was so upset when I found out that all of my favorite reggae music was homophobic. Like I was listening to it, like Buja Banton.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Like,
that's the
Rude
part.
Boy.
It's so dangerous. I still get called a bati boy sometimes, just
Right,
walking down
Bati
the
boy.
street.
What does that mean?
Faggot.
Oh shit!
Jamaican.
no.
Right.
It just sounds so playful.
Fucking bati
Sounds
boy.
like a toy. Sounds like a toy.
Right. Bati boy.
Bati
And I'm
boy.
just like,
But is that because
yes.
they want to take a bat to you? Is that,
Yes.
Oh,
Like they was like, they be
shit.
like looking at me like,
Sweet God.
God,
fucking.
damn.
I'm just like, okay, I'm just keep walking. And
like,
I'm
I
gonna
didn't hear
smile.
it.
I'm gonna still smile like I didn't hear it. Right. It's okay. We're in New York. There's people everywhere.
Right.
Yeah.
Shine bright like a diamond.
Hello, thank you. With my little dog with this little Dita outfit on, I'm just walking around Flatbush. Of course, my bati boy.
But now that I think about it, like they actually made a whole song, like a whole popular song
Yes,
about it. So,
it's the burning bati boy burn.
So
Where they
maybe,
talk
like-
about burning faggots at the
Holy
stage.
shit.
Yes.
But I don't think people knew that.
No,
Like the
yeah.
general
No, well,
public.
Not- maybe not in
what the
America.
Jamaicans knew,
Oh,
though.
of
Yeah,
course,
the
the people-
Jamaicans do.
That's real hate. Goddamn.
Yep.
Talk
And
about like hate
America
speech.
turned it into a pop song.
Yeah,
I think
like,
they.
Right.
I mean, hey, I think they made the song. That's pretty bad.
Yeah, but
I mean, but
But
we
that also
took
goes
it.
to
It's
say
like,
that maybe they were like
You're ignorant.
undercover.
as usual, we
well,
stole
see,
it
that's the
without
whole
doing
thing.
our homework.
Anybody that like hates like that, like you
can
gotta
tell.
have some. You got your own problem.
Yeah, you got
Yeah.
stuff.
You got your own stuff, bro. Like,
Probably just like generations and generations of beating it into
yes,
people.
exactly.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
and then I'm in Flatbush.
Amazing.
Jeanette, what are your thoughts on Trevor Noah's dimples?
We're gonna be married, and you guys are all invited to the wedding.
Amazing.
No,
Ooh.
Thank you.
just kidding. He's gorgeous. Did you guys see the Netflix special?
I haven't seen it yet. I mean
Patricia's
to.
son of Patricia.
No,
No.
I-
It's on the
It's
top
so
of your
good.
Netflix
I've
right
not
now.
seen
It's
it.
on top of
Really?
everyone's.
I follow
Yeah,
him.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think he's
Okay.
great.
He's
he's
such a good
awesome.
storyteller, and like even if visually he's just beautiful to look at, but he's also a great storyteller. So the whole special was good. Like I did a show yesterday, and I wanted to share Trevor Noah's jokes, and I was like, obviously I can't do that, but like he's so good that you just want everyone to know about it. Yeah. So.
Oh,
what,
wow.
what was your favorite joke of his?
The first one was what is it? Trap music. How it sounds like a little kid's crying, and then he like goes into the motions. Like if you think about trap music, is it trap music? No, it's what's his face? Oh shit, I'm fucking this up. See, that's why I can't retell his story. Like what's Cardi B's husband? What's his?
Offset.
What kind of music does he sing? It's not rap, but it's like. And what's the other guy with the white guy with all the tattoos?
Are you just
on
talking
his
about
face?
like new mumble rap that's out
Yeah,
there? Yeah, I
yeah.
mean, there's no real. I don't think. Is there a name for it?
You call it mumble rap?
It is mumble
Yeah.
rap.
They're
That's what
trying
it
to
is.
call
It
it
is.
hip hop. It's
Right,
like,
because
whoa.
it's.
I mean, I think
we're not even gonna go
Don't let me
there.
date myself. We
Right.
need-
I like
Yeah.
some of it. I'm not like trying to throw shade. I just isn't that what people call?
I mean,
it?
well, yeah, that's.
I don't know what they call
Well,
it.
Trevor, he makes fun of it. He's like, it sounds like a bunch of little kids crying, not getting what they want.
Yeah,
I like that.
that's
Yeah.
funny because it is
Yeah,
really
people don't really
emotional.
rap.
I remember
anymore,
growing up
like,
in high school. Everyone made fun of me
What
for
the
listening
fuck
to
happened?
emo
except
music.
for Nicki Minaj. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
I love her.
Well, people when I was in high school, it was like so lame to listen to emo music or whatever. But like now the rap, like I totally get what he's saying. It's like really emotional, like whining from like 20-year-old dudes
Uh-huh.
with like face tattoos.
Uh,
That's like what's
the face
in.
tattoo. It's like
What is emo? Like who's emo?
No, that's the thing. It's it just means emotional. So like emo got branded as like this whole genre of like I guess like a pop punk.
But like,
Who's
what's
an
an
emo
emo
I mean,
band?
I don't
Who's
know.
like an emo
I don't know.
band?
any
Oh, like
hip-hop
Fall Out
artists
Boy.
that's, like,
Okay.
You know, like
But like, what hip hop artist do you think is like actually in touch with stuff?
Fucking
like
that
that?
guy
I think
Logic is
Kid
super-
Cudi does that, but I like Kid Cudi.
That's
He's one of,
different.
like 5 people I like.
But Kid Cudi's been around. I'm talking about like the guys that are coming up like within the last 3 to 4 years.
There's,
Okay.
a, there's
The
a white
new
guy
guys.
right now with he's got tattoos on his face. He's
What the-
really popular. I forgot his name though.
Talking about
Yeah, him.
his little.
you talking about the guy with the rainbow hair, or are you talking about?
No, not him.
Oh, that's
The other-
Tekashi.
No,
Yeah,
no, not
yeah.
him.
Oh.
The other guy. The other guy.
Edit in the sound
Right.
of jail doors closing.
Oh, I know. Damn.
Shit, did he get booked? Or
Listen,
Oh,
man, it's the
he's
same
going to
old
jail.
story where
He's
these
facing
dudes-
life.
you guys know Mike Denny, the comedian?
Yeah.
He actually used to hang out with him because he used to Tekashi and him. I was talking to him. This is secondhand information, but basically they used to go to the same bodega and they were like just
Ah.
friendly.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he like so Denny's a little bit older than him, and he got him into all like the hip hop that that Denny was listening to,
Wow.
and then yeah. So
Who sings that song like "All My Friends Are Dead"? I
That's
feel
the guy
I
I'm trying. That's,
hate
that's
that
the guy.
song.
isn't that
So
like
bad.
that Logic guy? What,
No,
no, what's that
no.
guy's name? I'll look at. Well, no, I'm on
Well,
airplane mode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the guy I'm talking about with the tattoos.
He's got
on his
it. I
face.
think we
Caleb's got it.
yeah.
Oh, my friends are dead.
It's horrible.
It's
He
so.
totally-
I was like,
that's what I'm talking about. That's that whining.
What
That's
the
what Trevor
fuck
Noah
are you
is.
talking about?
so
and
bad.
why are we listening to this and everybody's dancing?
It's so bad.
Like
Lil
Lil-
Uzi.
Lil
Gross.
Uzi.
Okay, yeah.
Gross.
Now that
That's
I
it.
would consider to be like emo rap, or
Kind of, yeah.
I just think it's trash.
because it was just like, oh, my friends are like. The first time I heard it, I'm like, why are you singing about your dead friends?
It's over
Why
the
are they
top
dead?
too. It's like hyper.
Do you not know how to make chicken? Like, it's like you're killing
But
everybody.
also, like, you're a goddamn rapper. can't you like put this in like an interesting, eloquent manner? Like your
But
job
see,
is
that's
poetry.
the whole thing that people
You're just
don't.
gonna repeat all my
People
friends
don't
are
rap
dead.
anymore. People are not rappers. Like, I'm sorry,
There's a
I'm a
couple
huge
of them
fan.
out there.
I'm a huge fan of Nicki Minaj. I think
Some
she's
people
the
do.
coldest
Some people
MC.
still.
I love how
ever.
you dropped her name like several times.
Because
He's
we're
getting
talking
it.
about we're
trying to
talking
get
about
picked up.
rappers. Like, oh well, yeah, hi.
He loves
Might be
Nicki.
listening.
I know,
Thank
I
you.
know.
But like, there was a whole feud between her and Cardi B. But Cardi doesn't write her shit. How are you a rapper
Hey,
and you
listen,
don't write?
A lot of them don't.
That's the part that's crazy. That's what
Yeah.
makes you a rapper is the fact that you write rhymes.
But
Right.
not now.
Yeah.
No, we need to go back to that. There's like rules and
But
regulations.
it's
to this
music in
shit.
general now is like, you know,
Right, right.
no one's really creating their own content. They're kind of like made in a room of influential producers that
I think that's just like
Kind of
really,
make an
really,
artist.
really, really top of the chart stuff. There, if
Yeah,
you,
like,
if you
How
do
is
some
the
digging,
Catch
there's
Me
great
Outside
music.
girl making fucking albums?
Because she's dude, she was controversial, and she was what 14 when she was on Dr. Phil. But I'll say it, and I'm gonna whatever. She was like a super hot 14-year-old, which is
Okay.
weird.
Okay.
So people
Saying
became
she's attractive.
enthralled with her,
Okay.
and now that she's like 17, dude, she's gonna be one of the biggest stars in the world. You'll see in the next 3 years.
Well,
burnout,
she-
drug
she-
addict, dead by 30.
Nah,
That's
dude,
my call.
she seems to have like a. You'll-
She's gonna Amy Winehouse that shit.
I don't
kinda
know.
have
I don't know
talent,
about
you
that.
know.
She's gotta
Yeah.
have some talent.
It's all
to-
about your team.
to
It's
last.
all
no.
about your
But see,
team.
no, you
She
don't
has
have
like
that's,
an attitude. She
that's
plays
the-
like
You
a
do
character.
not need talent.
You
No,
don't need
that's the part
talent.
that you don't have to have any talent. All it takes is a room of
PR
writers,
people.
PR people, and they can make you a superstar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think, don't ask me why, I know this. Cher was on a talk show, and she said they were pitting her against Madonna, and she told the host,
Oh, it was
But-
Lady Gaga.
No. It was
Oh.
Cher. They were
Oh.
pitting when Madonna and Cher were first coming up. They were pitting them against each other, and someone had said to Cher, "Aren't you jealous of Madonna because she's so famous and she's not a good singer?" And then Cher said, "Well, I mean, I guess having people like you and getting people's attention is considered a talent, right?"
It is.
And I was like, "Oh, that makes sense."
It is.
Very true.
Cher was out
Oh, well,
way
no, 'cause-
before Madonna.
Well,
because
Lady
Yeah, long
Gaga
time.
and Madonna have a feud going on too, and the same
always
question.
pit women
They
against-
pit women against each other, and they
Yeah.
said the same thing to Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga's answer was, "Oh, what me and Madonna do is completely different. I write my music, I play instruments. What she does is completely different than what I do."
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
what
I was
she
like,
does is
"Yes, bitch."
No, like basically what Gaga does is she just tries to be Bowie and Prince. Like that's just
She takes a lot of from
Better.
different
I mean,
artists.
who
Well, I
better?
mean-
Who better to emulate though?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's the problem with that?
Well, because I feel like everybody emulates.
You're never gonna be
every,
them,
Yeah.
You're
but,
never
like,
gonna be them, but
at least
everybody.
you're drawing
well, you're
influence from
always
a
gonna
real
draw
place.
influence from like people that influenced you.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
I feel like Beyonce is like our version of Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Like, Michael
let's
Jackson
slow
influenced
that
her.
down. Maybe Adonna Summers.
Or Tina Turner.
Rodney
Oh.
loves.
no,
Wait,
Beyonce's
oh,
better
wait.
than
I
Tina
remember.
Turner.
I mean,
or
she's
something.
Well,
got a little,
she's like-
she's got a little bit of.
She's
Tina
got
Turner.
Tina
No,
Turner.
I'm not saying that they're
She's
not.
got Tina Turner. She's got Michael
her
Jackson.
in-
She's got Diana
not-
Ross. She's got like all of those like in her.
I thought what you were saying is her.
I love Beyonce and respect her so much for what she
No
does.
Michael Jackson.
But yeah, my one question that I always have for people whose hearts beat for Beyonce
Hi.
is if you gave her a week in a room by herself with a bevy of instruments and a microphone, what would you get if you told her to write a song? She's the best performer in the world right now. Hyper talented, absolutely gorgeous, stunning, seemingly cool woman, great mother, all that awesome stuff. But I consider her to be the world's best performer, not the world's best artist.
I completely
Or
agree
a
with that.
musician.
Performer.
Right?
No,
Musician?
she's the best performer. I feel
Best.
like
Best.
yes, best performer.
Best.
I agree.
Although
I agree
Michael
to that.
was better,
Not
but
artist.
go on.
But
Alive.
living.
I like,
Alive.
right. We're
Okay.
talking about living.
Michael's
right.
like Michael.
But Michael is Michael.
if you don't get
right.
Michael, then fuck you. It's
Like I don't
Michael.
understand people that don't get Michael. Who doesn't get Michael? I've
I've
never met
never-
anybody.
I
I've
had
I've
an
never
ex
met
that
somebody.
thought that
Never met
Bob
anyone.
Dylan was better than Michael
Oh,
Jackson.
fuck
Oh,
you.
you have a problem.
and that's just a different.
They're
Who's
just-
even
fuck
bringing
is-
them up in conversation?
They're just
Like,
trying to
there's-
be
that is a
controversial.
fucking
Yeah,
hit.
We
yeah.
literally had an argument in a restaurant about it, and I was saying how,
That person needs love.
like, I was just, I did not have enough to give for that, but, like, I was saying to him, like, I thought Bob Dylan was more of a poet.
Sure.
Yeah.
But he's like, oh no, he's the best musician ever. And I'm like,
No, a 5-year-old Michael Jackson is better than like a grown Bob Dylan.
5-year-old
any day.
Michael Jackson's better than 99.9%
of what we have right now.
thing
Of
about
everything.
And
yeah.
like Prince was a better musician.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if you want to talk about like I think Prince
Prince
is
was
the
like a
best
savant.
guitar
Oh,
player
yeah, there's
ever
He's up there for
alive
sure.
ever.
He's
Yeah.
definitely
Like
there.
I read
played
an article.
every single one of his instruments.
Right, he played like 30 instruments, but I read an article that they were interviewing Eric Clapton, and the interviewer said, "How does it feel to be the best guitar player alive?" And Eric Clapton said, "I don't know. You had to ask Prince."
Right, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Clapton says the
Amazing.
same thing because I guess they phrased the question alive, but whenever they were asking Clapton about that back in the day, he would always say Jimi Hendrix blows everyone out of the water, and like I kind of like Clapton for that. He was very modest because he
Yeah.
is one of the best of all time.
Yeah.
but he always gives it up for the people that are doing it. Like
Another guy who didn't write a lot of songs that we love. He didn't write them.
Who?
Yeah.
Eric
He didn't.
Clapton.
Write, I don't believe he wrote Layla, which is like a big one. But back to Michael, something I always like to talk about with him, and comparing him to Beyonce. Like in this world of the internet and just everything is everywhere. I could upload a video here and you could see it in Beijing, and I don't really love Elvis or like have that crazy respect for him. Obviously, we love the hits, but something I always say about Elvis and Michael Jackson, they really transcended like time and space in their time in an era before the internet, where they were just kind of like this entity where you could go anywhere on earth,
Yeah.
and someone would know that song, and like that's
Which
something
that's really
That's
amazing.
really special, and like that's not going to happen again because obviously
we have the internet
information
now.
and everything is so much more attainable, and no one will ever
Wow, think
top
about it from
Michael
that perspective.
Jackson.
That's kind of crazy.
From like a universal standpoint of music. No, it's really untoppable. Like
Yeah, no,
It's
it's so true because
incomparable.
it's like I remember
and Quincy Jones.
Ooh, I
Mad
love
love to
Quincy Jones.
yeah,
We need
Quincy
love
Jones.
Quincy
the world
yeah.
needs Quincy Jones.
Yeah. But like I had a friend when I first started doing stand up and he was just like, "Oh, like how like when do you feel like you're going to be successful as a stand up like if you get like a Comedy Central special, if you end up on Saturday Night Live?" And I said, "No, I want to go into the desert of Africa and have somebody go cluck cluck Marissa Smith."
Boom.
That's
Like
awesome.
that
That's
is
awesome.
like to me like what
That's
is like
beautiful.
like that is like but that's that Michael Jackson kind of thing that like we're never gonna have is that like no matter where you go, no matter what language they speak, like they know who you are.
Yeah, and I'd like to think a great amount of responsibility comes with that kind of thing. But what's upsetting to me, like where we're at, is like it kind of doesn't. Like Kanye West, his first 2 albums, things I really loved, and now it's like, not only do you have the tools to be one of my favorite artists, and you don't, that's fine, but like, use that for something really, really big.
He is. He's using it for Magma.
I think his music is still good in general. I mean, Dark Twisted Fantasy wasn't his first 2 albums, but I think that's a masterpiece. I mean,
Really?
yeah, you don't know that album?
No.
Oh my God! Every song
I know
on
it.
that is
That's
a
the
ba-
girl
Oh,
with
Nicki
the-
Minaj is on that.
that's the
She's
girl
on the
with-
3rd track.
that's what-
Nicki
like the
Minaj is
ballet
on
cover?
everything. Okay.
No, but that's like when he broke her in that song Monster.
Yeah.
Oh, Monster. Oh, that's the one
That's
with
on
Monster.
that album.
That's
dude.
one. That's the only. Wait, no. I think I know like 3 songs off that album.
You know,
I know
at
that
least
album.
3
Yeah,
songs
yes,
off that
at
album.
least-
Yeah, that was a bigger album.
That was a
my
huge album.
point being is I think Kanye is crazy with his publicity stunts, whatever. But musically, he's always been pretty innovative and cool. I don't know.
I'm almost like only talking about a musical standpoint. I
Yeah,
think he's-
yeah,
I think he's
okay.
so hyper focused on being innovative that like he's veered off from the direction I was selfishly as a fan hoping he would go to.
Right, because when I first met him as an artist, like I had so many expectations for him as an artist.
He's
Like-
surpassed them, but not in the way I wanted him to. And I'm being selfish. I know he's got millions and millions of fans, but it's like I don't fuck with.
Well,
he
what
does
did you?
anymore.
Which direction did you? I was just curious.
Just like bass-driven hip hop, not like synthesized.
Yeah,
vocal
like he
order
turned into something
pop.
more weird.
okay. Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I would have rather him
Yeah.
go like full on Depeche Mode than like end up somewhere in the middle of like electronica and rap. And I respect his production level, some of the best in the entire world. Just kind of a stickler.
So, Danette, what's going on with Gina Rodriguez?
Oh dear. Let me say, I need to put on another accent. There was a study. There's studies out there that says Latinos make less money, or Latin women specifically make less money than Asian women, Black women, and white women. Right? There's like a hierarchy, and so I think she was doing a panel, and they
Now,
asked.
who is Gina Rodriguez?
She is the actress for Jane the Virgin.
Okay.
Have you guys heard of that?
Yes.
So
yeah, she has a production company. She's pretty big.
So she's pretty big. And so she was on this panel, and basically they asked her a question about, I don't know what they asked her the question about. I have my notes. But basically she says she felt uncomfortable. She never knows how to answer the question because there's a pay gap. And then she basically said that it's the white women, then Black women, and then Asian women, and then Latin women. And for some reason, so that was one interview. And then the Twitter blew up because they're like, she's she's racist, she's trying to go for Black women, like leave Black women out your mouth. And so basically they're pegging her as like this racist woman.
What?
And so for me, I'm like, wait. She had something, she had a fact that she was stating, which is like Latin women make less than Black women and Asian women. She's not trying to take money out of Black women's pockets. She's just saying, by the way, we make less than you. And of course that rubbed Black women the wrong way because Blackness is here, right? Like there's so many like female Black directors, female Black actresses, like the Black Panther. It's like Black people are having a movement of like, we're fucking here, we're making money. And so now here's Gina Rodriguez. This is how I feel they're taking it. So Gina Rodriguez is now saying, well, wait, we make less than you. So so people are taking it like it's a competition, like basically don't talk about Black women. We just got here. Like we're not making enough money. Like white women are still making, or white people are still making more money than us. And so, but it turned into this racial thing, and I think her message was lost, which was like, hey, like Latin women are making less. And then someone pointed out that Sofia Vergara is
the highest paid female
actress, right? And then Kerry Washington is only number 8. But that list is for actresses, and that's not.
It's for TV actresses.
Sofia Vergara doesn't represent all Latin females, and Kerry Washington definitely doesn't represent all Black females. So that wasn't like a good comparison.
No, but it's. So this is the thing that I think is very interesting, and I know I understand the study that she's talking about, and it's actually that the way that the hierarchy goes is that Asian men are number 1, then it's white men,
Really?
then
That makes
it
sense.
is Asian women, then it's white women, then it's Black men, Black women, Latino men, Latino women. That's the breakdown of money.
What is it? Sorry, money. Okay, I was going to
Yeah.
ask
Can you go through the top
Asian
3 again? I'm
men
sorry?
are number 1.
Asian men are the number 1 earners. Again, I go back to being a finance sexual, and that's why I'm fucking with the Japanese.
Sick.
But
Holla.
so Asian men are number 1. Then it's white men. But the gap between white men and Asian men is about between 12 and 25% salary.
Wow, that's pretty big.
It's huge. It's huge. Like, I think that it's funny because a lot of white people or like Republicans and Trump people keep saying that it's the Latinos that are immigrants that are coming in this country and taking their money. It's not. It's the Asians.
Wait, now we're talking about the gap we're talking about is not just for entertainment. You're talking an
No,
overall.
this is overall
Overall.
pay gap. This is white collar. This
Sure.
is blue collar. This is on like Wall Street. This
Oh,
is
okay.
like
Okay.
We're talking
you know.
about
All
like
right.
American GDP.
That okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
like
makes
you're,
sense.
we're talking about
'Cause I was
American
like-
workers.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Across
that makes
the board.
sense. 'Cause I
across
was
the
like,
board.
wait.
Yeah. So
But
like
it makes you feel a certain kind of way, right? Like just hearing her list, it's just kind of like, oh, really?
Yeah, like, as
why
it
is
should.
that? Yeah.
Yeah.
But like the thing that I think is so interesting is that when you talk about like how the actual breakdown is, these you know Trump supporting white people are like so ingrained in their own racism that they don't question the fact that Asians are making more money than them because they're like, well, they're Asian, of course they're smarter. Like, you know, it's like, well, they're
Stereotypes, yeah.
it's a stereotype where they're just like, well, these Mexicans, they're taking my job. It's like, you really want to be like domestic,
And
like
that
you
goes
want
to color, right? 'Cause
right
typically
because
that-
they're a shade of brown, and then when you start going like within the Asians, then like East Asians make more money than Southeast Asians.
Yeah.
But then
Oh.
like
They have-
Southeast Asians are
Mhm.
making more money than white people. Like it's it's very interesting, like when you kind of break down the demographics of it. But going back to it, it is Asian men, then it is white men, then it is Asian women,
Oh.
then it is white women, then it's black men, black women, Latino men, Latino women.
Wow.
That's the breakdown.
So I don't know if Gina Rodriguez is racist. All I heard was like,
No.
oh yeah, she pointed out that Latinas make less, and then but Twitter hates her. I swear to God, on my way over here, there was about 10 articles talking about like how Gina Rodriguez hates black people. I was like,
Oh my God! Like,
yeah.
all she was pointing out a point that.
But yeah, it wasn't said the right way, and so it
tough.
just makes.
But
me,
like in her industry, as an actress, as a Hollywood actress, that's what it is.
But
The white women
as
are
a
going to
white
offer.
as a white man, I think everyone is just like putting that, like that's putting your stuff in the wrong direction. Like the white people are the problem there. It's not, the people in the middle and like at the end of that spectrum should not be fighting with one another because,
Right.
like going back to that number, it's like I've worked with a lot of Asian people in my life, Southeast Asian, Eastern, like from Japan, Korea, Philippines, all that. And they are like some of the hardest workers I've ever worked with in my life. So I can tell you that like white people are towards the top of that list a good amount of the time because of that and nothing else, and the problems that are with our society.
But at the
But,
end of the
like-
day, the amount of money you make, I feel like depends on you. Like that's
Dude,
that
you'd like to
is-
think that, but like
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
when
not
you break-
necessarily
Possible.
true.
when you break it down to an individual level, of course, the amount of money you make is you, but the amount of opportunities that are presented to certain people that fall within that sect are very limited. So you're going to have a very limited amount of people who can
No,
even have the opportunity
more
to work for themselves.
So
and be
and
successful.
I agree with that to a certain level, but if you so one thing is that there's an opportunity gap as well as a pay gap.
exactly
So
opportunity gap.
That's what
so
it-
like
yeah.
you're not going to have the opportunity to get the same jobs that are high paying. And then once you do, like, so now this kind of goes into this like hard working aspect where immigrants tend to and no offense, but like people of color tend to have, I believe, a higher work ethic because there's like this color tax where you feel like you have to be twice as good to make half as much. So you're constantly striving to be better so that you're just recognized so that you get an opportunity that a mediocre person will just have because their dad worked
Yep.
for the company.
Absolutely, I totally agree
So
with that.
so that you have that opportunity gap. And then on top of that, then once you're given the opportunity to have this job, then this is where the wage gap comes into play because now that you have the same job as Chad, you're still making like, less money than Chad because Chad is Chad.
Fuck Chad.
Fucking
Fuck
Chad.
Fuck Chad.
Fuck every
God.
Chad and Brett. Oh
and
man.
and fucking Rebecca, like,
Oh, Becky.
Becky's the
Hate
worst.
Becky.
With the good hair.
Becky with the good credit. So, like, we do need to wrap this up, but I want to give everyone an opportunity to kind of plug their projects and what they're working on before we get out of here. I'm going to start with Sean and then go down. So, Sean, where can everyone see you next? What products are you working on? Where can they follow you on social media?
So next is actually going to be with you two across from me at Broadway Comedy Club, I believe.
Yes,
We are
fashionably
gonna-
funny.
Yeah.
Friday night at 10 o'clock. if I'm
You
not
got
mistaken. Broadway Comedy Club. Super excited.
November 30th.
Got some friends coming. My girlfriend's really excited to meet you, by the way. She's
Can't
all
wait to
about
meet her
you.
either.
You can follow me at Sean Struss on Instagram and Facebook. Luckily, no one in the world has the same name as me because they changed it at Ellis Island, so I'm lucky.
Yes.
So, yeah, thank you so much for having me today.
No, thanks for doing it.
Yeah, of course.
Danette.
I was trying to look up the shows. Damn it. Hi. Please follow me on Twitter, Danette Comedy. I'm going to be at Broadway Comedy Club on Monday at 7. And then I'm doing a really cool hotel show on Wednesday
Okay.
at
Where?
8. That's what I was trying to find on my
Is that Chris?
Yes.
That's going to be, what is it, the Orchard
Yeah.
Hotel?
Oh, sick.
The Orchard Street
Or-
Hotel?
yeah, the
I
Orchard
think we're
Street.
on it
Yeah.
together,
Oh,
or-
I don't even know if I'm on it, but I've heard of it.
Yeah, I think it's the Orchard Street Hotel.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's where I'll be.
Cool neighborhood.
Nice.
Thank you for
Yeah.
having me. It was fun.
Yeah, thanks for
It was nice
doing
meeting you
it.
guys.
Alex Bashir.
Yeah, you can follow me on all social media at Alex Bashera. Last name is Pischera. And also, Kill You Last podcast. We're on iTunes. Give us a review. You could tell us you don't like it, whatever. Just give us reviews. We need more reviews. Yeah, and I'll be at Greenwich Village Comedy Club Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday through the holidays, pretty much. So
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah. At 7:30.
Rodney
Sorry, Steph.
Daniels.
I will be hosting Fashionably Funny at Broadway Comedy Club on the 30th.
Hell yeah,
with
you will be.
Marissa Smith and Sean Stress on the show.
Mm.
You can follow me at Rodney Daniels on everything, Facebook, Instagram, Rodney Daniels. And as always, I'm the co-host of Big Talking Brewskis, and I'm always here every Friday or Sunday or stay tuned.
Whenever day
whenever
we get.
we get up in here. Marissa Smith.
Follow me on Twitter at Marissa Smith. Follow this show on Twitter at Big Talk and Brew. Also, check out my other podcast, Blame Storming. You can follow us on Twitter at The Blame Storm. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and remember, you guys, Ivanka used her personal email. Lock her up. Have a good night.
100%.
Bye.
Bye.